Okay, so I'm making a game and I haven't opened it in a while, so I forgot like what was the most recent thing I did and stuff, or like what I was like last working on. And this is what we got. I got this nice little area. It's like very well lit, very pretty and stuff. Got this little character. They rotate the camera and stuff. I'm very proud of it. They got all the light source and stuff. I think you can zoom in and out of the camera and stuff, though I can't figure out if that's still a feature. I got this little dude, follows me around. He is not. Oh, he's working. I know why he's not working. I need to fix pathfinding. Um, but yeah, um, he does this thing. I added like an inventory system. Oh, these items look a little funky. Oh yeah, I forgot I made it so the camera actually moves around. It used to be static. It used to be like at a fixed angle. You could rotate it like 45 degrees. That is no longer the case, so I need to make these not look so weird. um, yeah, I pick up the items, and it's like it goes into the inventory and shit, which is pretty fucking cool, I think. And I press escape, and it like unlocks the mouse. And then boom, I can pick up items and stuff. And boom, 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 boom. I think that's pretty cool. It's like I added a whole bunch of inventory mechanics where you can like drop the whole stack. You can drop only one at a time. Um, you can like move them around in your inventory pretty well. Very similar to how Minecraft does it. Right click does half. Right click while holding places one. Stuff and stuff like that. It's like they stack. It's like hella cool. Um, feels a little weird. Hmm. Because they like offset and it's like whatever. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so it's got like a cool inventory and stuff. You can toggle it, and I've got to fucking lock the mouse back so I can move the camera again. But yeah, it's got an inventory and stuff. I got a little health bar with little uh, temporary textures and stuff, and got this little thing. It's got a cat texture on it. It's the face of a cat. I don't know if you can tell at all. But I realized I added a sword last time I played because I wanted to be like combat focused, and the attack pattern I have, I totally forgot how I modeled it. It's like I got a really fucking fast swing, which I need to add like particles for so it doesn't look so fucking jarring. And I also just need to learn how to fucking model it so I don't have to make it within the engine itself. I want to make it in Blender. Um, but you can like do it and you could do like combos and shit. And I opened it and I started like spamming the clay and I fucking forgot about the fucking whirlwind move. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you got to do it in like rapid succession. And it's like, if you do it a little too slow, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, I got one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit. So it's like, you only go to the next one if you do it fast enough, you know? So it's like, you're not always like doing the combo, you know? You choose to do combo. And it's funny, the sword even has like hitboxes to the point where it does hit multiple times whenever it collides with an object. This item functions essentially like a resource node, so you hit it and it like drops an item. Um, and it'll just drop fucking thousands of these. Oh, anyways, look at the items. I know they're all slanted weird and stuff, but they group together. They group together if there's a lot of them in one space. So if like I keep slashing this, it'll prevent the game from lagging because it'll combine all the objects into one, which is super cool, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm very proud of all the coding accomplishments I've made. It's obviously very rough around the edges, and this is basically not even a game. This is not even a prototype. This is just a thing that exists. But with the bare necessities, I can like have resource nodes in inventory, and you could go collect stuff and stuff, and it's like Wait, what happens if I try to pick up half a stack of... It always rounds down. Oops. I'm glad I noticed that. Um, but yeah, I thought the fucking sword animation was goofy, so I figured I'd record this and show off what I did. Also, I'm proud of these lamps. These lamps are just a cylinder, or maybe it's a cone with two spheres on top, one that emits light and one that doesn't. So it looks like it's got like a little hood over the lamp, but it's just two spheres colliding. You see it? I think that's pretty cool. Actually, the sphere itself doesn't even emit light. The light actually comes from uh, a light object that is placed inside the sphere to give it that kind of like glowing look, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, and you have this like cursor on the ground. I don't know if I'm still using that. That was used for something else. I don't think I'm gonna use that anymore. I should probably remove that. 'Cause it looks really weird. I didn't even notice that until now. I'm so used to it. Oh, and the camera. The camera is like super duper functional. Like I can move the camera whichever way I want. It like locks at the top, so you can't go super top down. I mean, it already looks pretty funky with the sprite, which is also temporary. I didn't make this sprite. I plan on using a 3D model. So it's just a sprite for now. Um, and I really need to add. I really need to figure out how to like pathfind in this engine properly, because I don't want it to function like it is. Wait, I think I could turn off the flashlight. Oh no, I changed the controls for that, I think. Uh, yeah, I removed a bunch of test features I had that weren't necessary anymore, but I'm super proud of this camera. This camera took so much time to make work properly. And it's like, I still need to make it so that objects fade invisibility if you're behind them. Um, Actually, I think there was a different thing I wanted to do when the camera's behind an object. I think I wanted to make the camera like move past the object, not in front of, because then you get into a weird issue where every object you stand in front of gets you like right fucking in front of the camera, which then you run into fucking Dark Souls issues, which is bullshit. Um, where like you get like too close to a wall or an object, and then boom, your camera's fucked up and you die because you're inside the enemy's like entire whole as existence. Anyways, um, yeah, I'm super proud of the camera. Like, it collides very well with collisions for like the walls and stuff. So anything that the player will physically collide in, the camera will collide in too. And if you look, see how this like ceiling is jagged here? If I'd set the camera up in a different way, it would go dodunk, 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 and get like caught on the wall every single time. But look, it doesn't. It's smooth. You can see it like fluctuate a little bit with like the player's sprite opacity changing, but like it's barely noticeable. It's like not nauseating compared to how it could be. The only thing gets a little weird is the camera gets a little fucked up if you get on a slope. Um, but you just gotta move the camera back a little bit. It's fine. Um, and if anything, you can still see stuff because the opacity of the player just disappears. So it's essentially first person now in the fucking sword. Holy shit. But yeah, like it doesn't even clip through the walls, it doesn't clip through anything. It's like I can see everything, I can function, I can do everything. Um, I'm so proud of everything this game has so far. It's like, okay, I guess the camera does clip in the walls a little bit, but not a big deal as it's barely noticeable. That's the rule with game dev. If you don't notice it, it doesn't need to be fixed. Um, I feel like right click used to turn off the flashlight. Why did I get rid of that? Um, oh yeah, and hmm, why does this feel so like laggy? Oh, it's my shitty mouse. That's why this feels like shit. Fuck my mouse. Look at this shit. Ah, I can't like show you it. doesn't translate well. Yeah. I was gonna have this be like a big like mall or something, some sort of like liminal-ish space is what I want to go for with this building is what I want it to be. And I had to get the camera right because if I want to be like inside buildings, you know, I want to make sure that you're not fucking with a abysmal camera the whole time. And it's like I wanted to make something that functions, you know? And I think I did a really good job. I'm trying to set up like the foundation for things to work in the future, so that I can have everything go really smooth as I'm making new stuff. Where it's like I want to what is it? Polish the things that I think need to be polished uh before they become an issue. You know, it's like I don't want to put that off to the last moment and then people are playtesting the game and they're like, this feels like shit. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know it feels like shit, but oh, I'll change it later. It's like, no, I change it now, you know? Um, I think it plays pretty fun so far. Player controller is good, camera controller is good. Um, Still need to work out certain things, like this cursor. Um, Acceleration on the camera is a little low. But yeah, it's just a bunch of random small stuff. Um, that I just need to tweak to like make more enjoyable to play, more least discomfort possible. Um, and then I can actually like I'm very close to getting it to the point where I want it. So then I can actually finish like adding more resource nodes and stuff and like figuring out gameplay elements, enemies, AI, fixing the AI for this little dude. Or I guess more accurately, figuring out how to make better AI for this little dude. Um, the whole point of the game is it's gonna have like a little it's like kind of like Monster Hunter in liminal space. Um, and you also have like a companion. Um, it wouldn't necessarily be a person. It would most likely be a monster. But you would use them in combat and they would like be your other half. So like the whole gameplay loop focuses around working with your companion to like fight enemies, gather resources, become stronger, upgrade your equipment, and all that sort of stuff. In a way, it's an open world survival craft, and in a way, it's not. I don't know where the definitions of genres begin and end. Um, but irregardless, you're gonna have a little companion, you're gonna grab resources, upgrade your shit, and fight monsters. That is the loop. And the setting is a liminal space with pretty colors. I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look boring. So I'm gonna actually have some like fun colors. Really like pinks and oranges and stuff. So I really want it to be like a very warm color palette that I want everything to fit into. And at one point, this was going to be like a horror game, um, a horror game tower defense. That didn't play out, which is what this cursor is for. You used to be able to place towers, which is why once you get farther away, it turns red because it's like, oh, you can't place them too far away. Oh, look, it even rotates. I forgot I made it do that. Oh, you have no idea how hard it was to make this fucking cursor. It even slants on fucking walls and slopes. That was so hard. I had to do some like math and shit. I think I had to use fucking raycasts. I've never used raycasts before this, and then I learned how to use raycasts. And I'm removing the feature. Well, that's game dev. And that's probably why I shouldn't be polishing things before I actually like figure out the mechanics I want to add. There's a reason I haven't worked on this very much. My own bad habits uh, is the summary of it. There's no audio or anything for the game yet. I can't wait to add audio. I'm gonna have sound effects and shit because like sound design is a huge part of what makes a game feel satisfying. And it's like in Monster Hunter, you slap an enemy with your stick and it goes. It's like that is fucking cool. That's awesome. I love that, and I want to do that. Um, Seriously, so proud that the sprite rotates as you rotate the camera. That shit was so hard to do too. And I'm not even gonna use the sprite. Ugh. You can tell what kind of person I am based off the kind of games that I make and the progress I make and the fact that I haven't finished any. Um, as much as I like to talk the talk about how much I like to polish shit before I do shit, I just end up wasting a lot of time. Though it does make me a better coder. Um, because I am learning how to do a lot of things and I'm getting better at doing stuff. Um, which makes me very happy. Um, Sprite isn't rotating correctly. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even fucking work. Oh wait, it is. It is. How does it? Why was it? Ah, why did I? Why did the camera move? Or why did the stick move? The sword. Fuck it, man. I don't know what's going on, but shit's happening, and I'm all for it. Um, Check this out. Look, you can even jump into the ceiling and the camera won't get fucked. This was so hard to do. The way these like tiles are laid out is that they're I mean the blocks are all like little individual one by one tiles that I can like place in the map and I don't actually have to model anything. Wait a minute. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. I can carry him out of the nav mesh. All right, little buddy, let's go on a fucking adventure. Shit. I didn't know you were chill like that. But yeah, check out. It's the boundary of the world. I just added a fucking bunch of blocks, so it tiled relatively long. I need to fix the repetition of the textures. But once again, I really shouldn't focus on the small things when they don't matter yet. And I plan on making it in Blender. Anyways, the map, I mean. I really need to focus on not wasting my time, which is the hope as I continue to work on this. I love that little buddy here is riding on my head. That makes me happy. He even, how does this work? How do you get stuck on my head and how is he glued to it? I can't even, now I'm sad. I think if I get him up here, how did this, I need to check back on the recording. I don't know how that happened. Okay, okay, I can move him. Okay, okay, I can push him. Meaning I can push him to, ah, I can push him into the air. That is where this comes from. Okay. I'm learning things about my own little game. And this is why playtesters are really important, as I wouldn't have found that if I didn't just start fucking around and doing shit. It's like I found out I could push that guy into the air and now he's riding my head. It's like, shit, man. What happens if, oh dear. Poor guy. You got this, little bro. You got this. Get back to the ground. Yeah! Yeah! We brought him back to his legs. But yeah, the inventory was unbelievably fucked up to manage, by the way. I don't think you understand how much code goes into making an inventory that works like this. This shit is unbelievably fucking impossible. Like, you have to do a logic of what happens when you right click, what happens when you left click, what item is it? Can it stack with other items, or does it make them pick it up? Is it an empty slot or is it an open slot? what is an empty slot? You have to make the slots and you have to make it and put it in there. It's like this can't stack with anything. Oh, and if you bring it out of the inventory, you can drop it on the floor and it'll go towards your cursor, which in theory it wouldn't be this little cursor that's actually following the mouse right now, but it would be your mouse because I'm going to remove that cursor. Um, but it's like it literally, you have no idea how hard it is to make it like drop in the direction it's supposed to go. And obviously, this is a little interesting. Locking the mouse while holding an item does this, but it will always drop in front of you. Oh shit! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold up. And you could do this. You can fucking drop stuff with the Q key. And you could shift click or shift Q and drop everything. Shift Q, shift Q, shift Q, 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 Q. If you saw at the beginning of the recording, I was oh, and like they like drop behind you, behind like the negative direction you're moving. Because if they dropped, okay, look, you stand, it drops in front of you, and if you're moving, it drops behind you. Because you don't want to drop stuff in front of you and then pick it up again. Also, if you drop an item, it won't pick it up immediately. Because it technically, the item spawns in the player's hitbox. If you look, it spawns like in the head, which is, it's in the player's hitbox. Which if you were to go pick up the item, you know, it's also in the hitbox, so it's like you have to put a timer on it so that its collision only activates after it has been on the ground a while. Same thing with throwing multiple items out. If you throw them out too fast, they would collide with each other mid-air, making their momentum stop and making them pile into these little things. So I actually had to make them pile together after a few seconds, or like after a second. It's like that way they look, see how they like jump together and like mix and get the center point between both of them. And actually, I don't think it's the center point. I think it's the most recent object that collides with it, and then it like goes to that position and whatever, you know. Which I think works good. I don't think it looks clunky or weird or anything unless you're directly pointing it out. Um, but am I moving faster or am I high? Oh no, I'm just totally fucked up in the head. Um, But yeah, it's like the inventory is unbelievably complicated to manage. And I've got it working and I'm really happy it is. Oh, I should totally implement the Minecraft shift drag or like the click drag where you can like take a stack and like drag it across multiple slots. I don't know if it's needed for the game I want to make, but it might make the inventory a lot more fun and easy to use, which is the whole point of having the inventory feel as good as it does at the moment and why it has so much code and thought put into it. The inventory is extremely important. If you ever played in games with shitty inventories, it's like, if you ever played games with shitty anything, it's like, why didn't you fix this? Does this not feel shitty to you? It's like, if it does, why isn't it changed, you know? I think I did a really good job with the inventory. The only issue I know so far is the rounding down when you split things in half. At least it doesn't round up. You can't get infinite items that way, though it'd only be one item at a time. Um, I fucking love this sword. Beautiful. Such a good thing. Um, I really want to add enemies so that you actually have something to kill. I'm really gonna take a step back and stop working way too hard on things that don't need to be, like this placeholder sword texture, which is a collection of shapes and objects. This is two really long pyramidal prisms on top of each other that looks like a sword, and then a bunch of cylinders. And it's like, in order to get the model working properly and it rotating, have animations and shit, I had to work so hard on that. And it's all within the engine, which isn't how I want to do the animations anyways. I want to do them in Blender. I'm putting way too much time and effort into things that do not matter. Please help me. Anyways, I'm gonna continue working on things that don't matter that I'm gonna eventually remove. Um, See you next devlog, where I figure out why my character is facing backwards.